Welcome to the demo video for BudgetWise, our project for CS480 database management systems. BudgetWise is essentially an expense tracker app where you could log expenses amongst groups in which you have your friends or colleagues or your roommates, and then you can settle them with individual to individual basis and keep track of your expenses across categories and monthly expenditure. So now we're going to start here by logging in to BudgetWise. So when we log into BudgetWise, we can see a dashboard here where we can see that we have our different groups that we are a part of. We can create a new group, join a group. We can see the balances that we owe to certain individuals and the individuals that owe us. We can keep a track of how much money we have spent and what was our expenditure share and keep a track of monthly expenditure. Then we can also go to the profile and see that our name and our info, and we can also edit the name as well as the password. So now for the main purpose of this demo, I'm going to go ahead in a group and I will show you the expenses that are already there. And in this, we can see the different group members name, which is coming from the members table. We can add a user to the group, and the main purpose, we can also add an expense here which can be split by equally amongst the members, split by percentage, and split by exact amount. So before I add an expense, just I'm going to show you the balances. Like Jack owes me 12.5, John Doe $2, and Vikram uh, owes me 24. So this purpose will be used when I add in new expenses. There would be subtractions and additions whenever I add in expenses. So let's say I add an expense here for today where I add like $40. And the category can be groceries. So I'll add it as Kroger. And let's say I want to split it by exact amount. Somebody buys more, somebody buys less. So Imanjot 10, Vikram would be 5, Jack would be 18. So total comes up to be 33. And now if I try to add more, then the total of amount, then it will not let me do it. So I guess the amount left here is 6.97. So when I add the expenses, and now when I go to the balances profile, the owed amount got cancelled and it got added to the owes you. So the subtractions happened there where first I owed somebody and that got subtracted, and now I can see that it got added here. So now if I were to track it, it also got added to the money spent by me and the total expenditure, and the December expense got increased here and also in the groceries category. Great. Now if I were to go ahead and add expense out here, let's see if it cancels out the total balances. So where I change the balance, I do it like 20. I select the category of shopping and add Macy's here, and let's just split equally amongst the members. Now, when I do this and go to the balances, the balance got shifted here where I owe John Doe. Now, if I were to pay the amount, this would settle the balance between me and John Doe, and it would show I don't owe anyone. So this is the main purpose of BudgetWise. That are all the features where we have dashboard for different group, balances amongst the users, and we can track the expenditures as well as change our name and the password on the profile. That's it. Thank you, everyone.